900 subscriber special live stream. And I'm just getting set up. I'm using my iPad. So, okay, that's a little bit better. Welcome, and I'm so glad you're here, whether you're live or on the replay. Your presence here is so appreciated. I'm so grateful that I've made it to 900 and that you are able to be here for the live stream is just an extra bonus. So whether you're live or on the replay, I appreciate your presence. I was seeing the chat and now I don't. There we go. That's interesting. Live chat, so everything's visible. This is especially for you, my friend Tracy with an IE. You're visible here. So hi, Rosani. So good to see you. Happy you're here. So the number 900 is significant, and so I wanted to trot out some 900 trivia. So one thing that I found out about 900 is that there used to be. Do you remember this? If you do, say I remember in the chat, or put a 900 in the chat. In fact, if you just want to put 900 in the chat over and over again, that's great. But do you remember 900 numbers? Now, oftentimes 900 numbers were used for not, we wouldn't be talking about those here on YouTube, but like you would call for company if you wanted to pay to have company chat with you, talk with you on the phone. And it would cost like $2 a minute to chat with people. They had astrology. They had some other interesting things. And so if you remember, let me know. They had situations where you could call the space shuttle using a 900 number. I had no idea. In fact, the space shuttle Columbia, they had that. The Krista McAuliffe one. Okay, I just want to see who's here. We have Grant's Faithful GLP-1 Journey is here. Catherine is driving home and listening. That is fantastic. Since I'm on my iPad, it comes up looking a little bit differently. We have Judith. Thank you. We have Kelly, Teacher Kelly Tag. We have Rosani. I am so glad that you all made it here and that you're saying hi. So glad. Did any of you call any 900 numbers? Did anybody here call a 900 number ever? I wonder about that. So you could call the space shuttle. There was a thing on Saturday Night Live that you could call in to save Larry the Lobster. And companies were trying to capitalize on the 900 phone number. So, okay, cool. I'm so glad, Cheryl. I'm glad that you're here and listening. You never called? Yeah. So you didn't call to save Larry the Lobster. That was something that Eddie Murphy did, which is really, I think it's really kind of funny. Also, I'm going to see how many of you remember this. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the French Prince. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Who was the Fresh Prince? Hi, Cindy, you made it. I'm so excited from California. And I just saw that Catherine and Roger are here saying happy 900. So DJ Jazzy and the Fresh Prince. Who is the Fresh Prince? Now we'll see how many of you are my age or older or younger a little bit. So you might know who the Fresh Prince was. But okay, so some of this reminds me of vlogging in a way. Yeah, it's Will Smith. That's it. It's Will Smith. So DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, aka Will Smith, they're really big entertainers. And they had a 900 number, and every day they would do a recording talking about their antics as they traveled and performed. And people would pay $2, $2. 2-minute messages, $2 a call. And people would call and say, hey, what's going on, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince? And knowing how Will Smith's a pretty funny guy most of the time, it's interesting that they did that. He was, when the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came on, he was still Fresh Prince at that time before he transformed into the Will Smith who we know today, who's a fully grown person. Anyway, so there's some 900 facts, and I'm just thrilled to be able to share this with you, that I now have over 900 followers. I haven't checked lately, but I think I'm still over 900 something. I never did a video for my 500 followers, which was back in December. So 6 months later, and I'm 400 followers more. I'm hoping to speed up the process. So I wanted to talk about some of the stuff that I'm planning to do. And I know a lot of you have more followers or more subscribers than I. And I'm wondering if you want to put in the chat, if you want to, any of your favorite ideas for helping your channels to grow. So those of us who do lives know that lives really help. And so one of the things that I'm doing next week is I'm doing a live journaling experience at 8 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. So you might want to participate in that. You can see there all the lives are scheduled. If you want to get notified about those, you can do that now. I'll be doing a post with all those links very soon. Just finished that today. Thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you so much. I love seeing Chad. If you don't know Cindy, who just commented there, Cindy's from the LA area. And one of the things I love Cindy anyway, but she has a great cat named Chad. And she also hugged a jacaranda because I wasn't in California to hug a jacaranda. Jacarandas don't grow in the Northeast. So Cindy was so kind. She actually hugged a jacaranda on my behalf. I mean, is that friendship or what? That's pure friendship. Hugging a tree on my behalf is definitely a sign of good friends. Okay, somebody must have said something rude. I'm not sure which of my moderators caught that, but thank you very much. If you like this live stream, I would appreciate it. I would love to get 900 likes and comments, but I know that probably won't happen. But wouldn't that be fun? I'm not going to sit here and wait for that long because at 5 o'clock, those of you who are here now, at 5 o'clock, my friends Kay and Ro, up there they are. See, Kay and Ro Hiking Happens. They are going to drop their Wednesday video at 5. I was very strategic in my scheduling because I figure people are here at 4 watching this live. They can pop over and watch as soon as their video drops. Kay and Ro Hiking Happens. Some of my favorite New Jersey people who are on YouTube. I don't know that many people from New Jersey on YouTube, but they're very instrumental in helping me get the courage up to come back onto YouTube. For those of you who don't know, this channel is ancient. I've been on here since 2007, which makes me a super OG. And in fact, some of those first videos you can still see. I was making what I called video self-portraits because back then the word selfie did not exist. I took videos using my point and shoot camera, so I couldn't even see. I always think of you guys, but yes, you're welcome. I was sitting there thinking, when should I schedule this? But so I had my camera. We couldn't see ourselves. In fact, when I heard that they had cameras where you could look at yourself on your videos, I thought those were cheater cameras back when they first came out. I thought that was just so silly. Why can't people just learn to video backwards like some of us had to do? But some of those videos still exist. I even had a series called like Sam and Mommy or something like that, which is my son who's now 25. And he fired me from the show. He took over. He made it into the Samuel Scott show. My kid, he fired me. So Julie, Mommy is back to being cool in Samuel's life. Anyway, so that's some trivia about the channel. I remember I said I was going to have prizes. I never had a chance to think of prizes. But here we go. One of the things I talked about was if any of you would like to have a creativity coaching session or a session overall, I'd be happy to offer you one. If you want to say that you're interested in that, of course, I don't have a pen. I'm happy to offer you a conversation, even just a regular old conversation for half an hour. Let me know in the comments. Of course, I can't. So there we go. I am from the U.S. Oh, and Cindy's saying, thank you for letting me know about the jacaranda trees. You wouldn't have noticed or remembered. Yes, they're beautiful and they're everywhere. They're all over the valley in Pasadena, especially. Leave the old videos. Whoop. This is weird on my iPad, y'all. Leave the old videos up. It's fun to see where we've all come from. Hello, Slovakia. Nice to meet you. My daughter visited Slovakia on a choir tour, and she said that, I'm trying to think of the city, something with an L. A city she went to in Slovakia, she said, was one of the cleanest and most beautiful cities she's ever visited. And she's traveled quite a bit across Europe. And she's also been to Israel and Palestine. So she's also been a little bit of Asia. But yeah, she's also been to South America. She's my only child who's been to, let's see, that makes it 4 continents, South America, North America. Yeah, she's been to 4 continents, which is pretty cool. I'm going to see if I can see the comments on my phone. The reason I did not go on my phone was because I don't have my tripod, because I am house sitting. So I will get a hold of a tripod before my other lives. It's like you travel and things are different than when you're at home. So let's see if I can find myself, and then I'll have to watch myself, which is just so strange. Okay, there we go. Hey, there we go. And now I'm seeing myself look down at the screen. Okay. Okay. So we know that. Okay. Catherine wants one of those. All right, Catherine, I'll be in touch with you about that. I love doing coaching sessions with no, just for fun. I really enjoy doing coaching sessions all the time, but they're really fun to get to know people one-on-one better than I did before. So they're not scary at all, and they're just for fun. So if you just want to ask me questions, that's fine too. All right, 900 followers or subscribers. See, I still get that messed up. On Instagram, we call them followers. Here, we call them subscribers. Do y'all realize that on Instagram, I have over 5,000 followers on Instagram? The difference between Instagram and YouTube for me is I have a much stronger community here. I was involved with a community on Instagram for writers. I still am because I'm a writer, but it didn't have that same vibe or feeling over there. So when I came over here, and I really started building my channel a year ago, I found a community. I was like, wow, I've really been missing this. It felt kind of old school, because a long time ago, this is really going to show my age, and my online life. I had an e-zine, which was like before blogging. We had e-zines, which were like email newsletters. And I, of course, love that. And that was on something called Yahoo Groups. They don't have Yahoo Groups anymore. But we would have discussions on Yahoo Groups that were similar to, like today, if you had Facebook groups, we had Yahoo Groups that were similar to that. I had several different Yahoo groups. I had e-zines. I won't tell you the numbers, because then people say, why don't you have those numbers anymore? Long story, a lot of stuff happened. But I'm really thrilled to be here because it feels like home. YouTube definitely feels more home-like than any other platforms. You remember Yahoo Groups, Teacher Kelly Tag? Yeah, it was something else. Were you very involved in them? I was like very involved. That's another thing, is it's connected to my life as a county bureaucrat. Now, I know for some of you are like, oh my gosh, you were a county bureaucrat? You worked in small local government, Julie? Seriously? I know it's shocking. I did. I was one of those people. But I always said that I would not be one of those people, notorious for me anyway, in government. I was so against, I was like, I got so burnt out from working for local government that I became, I don't want to say an anarchist, but I came like, I did not like government at all. Okay, you're home, good, Catherine. You love and respect what you're doing with my channel. Thank you. I hope you have a resource and community like your, oh, thank you so much. That's really kind of you to say. I worked in a high school, so I'm guessing you're a high school age person, or younger, or maybe in college. I don't know. Catherine, you remember Yahoo Groups too? Okay, that's cool. You had a mom group, teacher. I think I saw you say that, Kelly. I think there was, yeah, because I had a newsletter that was called Passion for Parenting, because back when we had Yahoo Groups, I was even in Yahoo Groups before I was pregnant with Samuel, and Samuel's 25. In fact, I went through my pregnancy when I had my online business in 2001. And I remember my mom was with me, and I said, Mom, and I didn't have a cell phone, it was a landline. And I would say, Mom, if people call, you cannot tell people I had a baby, because it was secret. I didn't want people to know my life. So I'm like, you can't mention baby, you can't mention pregnancy, you can't, no. And eventually I let word out. And when Samuel was little, I did coaching calls. I had open office Wednesdays. I've actually been thinking of doing something like this with YouTube, but I had open office Wednesdays, and people could call me and get coached. And it was a way for me to keep building my business while I had a tiny baby. And Samuel would be literally sleeping on me, and I would be lying down and talking to people who would call me. And we do sessions on before Zoom, we did sessions and phone calls and classes on a telephone bridge line. So it was quite a different world. The other thing that I did when Samuel was a baby was I taught teleclasses, the equivalent of Zoom. I taught these classes wearing a hiking backpack or a walking backpack, a baby backpack. So he was like 6 months through 18 months old in a backpack while I was doing my thing. So I was standing up like this the whole time, teaching and talking. And it's like I got so good at it that it was no problem. The other thing that I did was I would carry, I'm I'm crazy strong, or I was crazy strong. I'm not as strong as I used to be. But I would have one child on my shoulders and another child on my hip. So I didn't have my babies close together like I always thought that I would. So Emma was, 3.5 when Samuel was born. So I would have her on my shoulders and Samuel on my hip. Catherine, of course, was directing traffic like she still does. Um, okay, Rosani's listening from afar. Yes, time has flown, hasn't it? You knew Yahoo Groups. I was on the breaking edge of technology, Kelly. It was wild. And that's why, I talk about Chicken Soup for the Soul of America. So in 2001, when 9/11 happened, I had a large mailing list. And I shared my life with people, except for pregnancies. But I shared my life with people. And so people from all over the world, for some of them, I was their American. Like I was their American who they knew, they felt like they knew. The beginning of parasocial relationships with normal people, not just celebrities. And so I was getting lots of emails and notes and people saying, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?" People were so worried about us Americans, literally all over the world. And so that's why I wrote the essay that is in Chicken Soup for the Soul of America, that was on the New York Times bestseller list. And the story, and I'm making a video of this in August. Um, the story's a question from Catherine, and Catherine said, "What is it that make people do something like this? Like, what is it?" And I was reading it the other day, and when she looked up at me, she was 9 years old at the time. When she looked up at me with her big blue eyes, she still has big blue eyes, much like her daughter does. She looked at me as if I had all the answers. Now, granted, I don't have all the answers. And I did have an answer on that day that I still stand by. And I'm not going to tell you what I told her, but I still firmly believe it. And to have my story chosen, that was a huge honor. But I wrote that letter not for Chicken Soup on the Soul, not for Chicken Soup for the Soul. I wrote that for my eZine subscribers. So this is just a little bit of the history of Julie before YouTube, during YouTube. And then YouTube, I got into to do my video self portraits in 2007 because I had done, when I got a digital camera finally in like 2006, like very close to that time period, I really wanted to get my photography skills up. I was doing theater, I was still writing, I was teaching these online classes. And so I got a camera so I could get better in photography, a digital point and shoot camera. So I decided I had so much fun doing 365 challenges that I would do. Oh, 11, 11, 11 people here and 11 likes. I appreciate as many likes as we can get in here. It'd be nice if we get 19. I don't know how long I'll be here. Y'all might get bored of me talking about this stuff. You go back before technology. That's what Ken Rock gives it so hard I can't interact. Let me see. I have to look here. Like, how can I look normal? I don't know how I can look normal. Okay, thank you so much, Judith. I'm super happy that you came. Yay. Hey, look, Jennifer's here. Hi, Jen. So good to see you. I've been thinking of you a lot. So there, I can see now if I look here. Whoops, I just went on somebody else's live. Oh my God. Somebody tell, hold on a second. This is crazy. Kathleen is over there with her live stream. Okay, don't go to Kathleen's live stream because I said that. Yay, 900, Cheryl. um. Anyway, so yeah, so I've done a lot before. Hey, I'm curious, Kay and Ro, what did you do before technology? Okay, moderators, name there. There's a name that looks like we have to be careful. Thank you so much for the congratulations. I appreciate that so much. It's been a great journey. I'm going from doing video self portraits in 2007 here on YouTube to having people who feel like friends and family and community has been quite an amazing shift. And I'm really grateful for that experience. I'm really grateful to have y'all here. Thank you. Thank you. I have a device in this hand, and it's yeah, I just thought I'd try working with my iPad since I don't have my, or I thought I'm like, where is that? It might be upstairs. One of these days I'll get my house sitting set up perfect, but for now I don't. I can't even pretend that I do. So when I came back to YouTube a year ago and I really didn't know what I was doing, I'm really glad that I stuck with it. So I've been off and on. I was here for several years when I was building my business again. But during that time, the time when I got really sick in 2019 and then had multiple losses in a row, I was so good for nothing. And I was trying really hard. And when I look back at those videos, I'm like, Julie, you were trying so hard, honey. You were trying. I'm really compassionate with myself. But I was trying so hard to reach people, but I was also trying really hard to do it the way that the gurus are telling me. And it doesn't always work out. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer says you've built a wonderful channel. Hey, thank you, Vicky. I'm so glad that you popped in. If you haven't met Vicky, she's very cool. I hope you'll consider following her. As her name describes her perfectly. I also want to say, so I asked a minute ago, and some of you might have some answers you weren't here before, but what do you do to build your channels so we can help one another? I have, I need 100 more people to get to 1,000. I really want to get to 1,000 as quickly as possible. One of the things I'm doing is this live thing next week. I've hardly promoted it, so I need to get on that in the next few days. I know that lives help. I know that one of the things that I'm doing that I know a lot of you do really well is actually reaching out to other people, going around and following and looking for people who have similar interests. That's what I've been doing lately. And I've made some good new friends. Hey, Jason, how's it going? Thank you so much. Grant, hey, there you go. Good to see you again. Glad you made it back. 15 and 12, trying to get up to 19. We'll see if we get there. But if you want to put your ideas for grind channels, I was saying Okie Zayden is one of those people who is really supportive of channels. Shorts are good for subs. Yeah, you're right. Lives are good to watch them. Kelly is brilliant. I was talking about you, Kelly. I think it was on Friday, the Friday night group, where a bunch of us ladies get together and chat up YouTube. But I was saying, Teacher Kelly Tag is so brilliant. You all need to learn from her. And I stand by that. Yes, I would love to hear if y'all could put it in the chat, I'd appreciate it. So the other thing I've been noticing on my analytics that it says people who watch shorts, lives, and videos, and a lot of my folks are like me. We watch all because sometimes I've heard it said that people who watch shorts don't watch your other content. In my channel, it's different than that because a lot of you watch all three. So, and I watch all three. So I'm not sure if YouTube's just saying, well, Julie watches all three. So the people in the world who watch all three with her are fantastic. Promoting one video through YouTube could help as well to get to 1,000. Yeah, I've heard of that too, Grant. Have you done that? I know that Jason or Okie Zayden did a cool video on that, on promoting through YouTube. And that was really helpful. I watched his 2 videos he did on that. That was very helpful. Okay. Oh, okay. So Cindy's telling us that one subscriber told her, or one person she follows, said to watch your videos after posting it. Helps with the algorithm. All of this stuff. Yeah, Kelly watches all 3. Okay, the subs that Grant obtained from it do count. Okay, I think there's some reasons they won't count, maybe watch time or something from that particular video. But if you get them into your community, if you like, all of you who are here watching are pretty much a part of my community. Yeah, exactly. It's like Vicky just said. Vicky Retro Queen Bee said, you get to know the creators. You watch all 3 because you get to know them. It's like my most common short is me walking around on walks, me doing things like hugging trees, which I know some people think is just totally bizarre. And I've also seen that people like to watch me with flowers. So, hey, I'll be around flowers. I just did one of those today that you'll be seeing soon. But that's sometimes there's carryover into my regular videos, my long form videos. Thank you, CL. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. If you like the video, you all who are here, that would make my day. Yeah, I watch all three. I create all three. A lot of the times I use shorts to experiment. And I'm going to be starting some things. I'm starting in the end of July. My half birthday is July 29th. We're up to 14. My half birthday is July 29th. And so I'm going to start a Walking with Wonder live stream. And that's going to be just me walking with Wonder at sunset. So I will be doing that as an experiment. You all know I'm into experiments. And we're going to try and see what happens, because I have a person who I follow or subscribe to who it's Old Guy Hustle or something like that. His name is Dave. Some of you might know him. But he walks every morning. He's up to 4 miles a day. And he walks and he talks to everybody. It's quite a fun live to watch. Okay, thank you so much, Jennifer, for being here. Hi, Miss M. So happy you're here. That's so good. I'm so appreciate you being here and watching, whether you're painting or talking or driving, whatever you're doing. Teacher Kelly Tag says she makes all of her shorts from her videos. Again, Teacher Kelly Tag is brilliant. If you don't watch her videos, please watch them. She does great stuff. She's like the most efficient. She's probably the most efficient YouTuber I know. Kelly, you're amazing. And I'm going to get to see her again soon, which is going to be great. So I can actually make a real video with her. Hello. It's good to see you all. Thanks for the congrats. If you haven't liked this video, there's 21 of us in here right now. My right hand is falling asleep. I'll move this. If you don't know, I'm recording on my iPad as an experiment. I have my phone next to me so I can actually see the comments. Because I am house sitting. I house sit and pet sit, and I'm doing that right now, and I don't have my setup right because, whatever. But I'd appreciate. Oh, here comes it. Oh my goodness. And Kelly's now quoting Hamilton. Hamilton. By the way, if you like Hamilton, the guy who founded I can't think of the actor's name, but the original George Washington will be on Broadway this fall. And I can listen to that song when Kelly just quoted it. Here comes the general. The pride of Mount Vernon. Yeah, and I just love that. Oh man, great musical. Yes, Mother Nature. You got off your bike machine. That's amazing, Vicky Retro Queen Bee Art. You cover all the bases. You cover art. You cover retro. You cover being a queen bee. We so appreciate that. We're so glad that you're here. Yeah. So I would love to see Hamilton on Broadway. I have not seen it on Broadway. I have seen it on the Hudson River, though, which I think is very cool. Not literally on the Hudson River, beside the Hudson River. Okay. Well, we're gonna, Kelly and I are doing something that is related to George Washington. So, and he was a general. Yeah. There's no, well, there could be a general in the chat. We just don't know it. Whoops. I just went to someone else's live again. Oh my goodness, this is the best ridiculous party I've ever hosted. There you are. My uncle was a 2-star general in the Air Force, by the way. There you go. Whenever I go in Delaware, which is regular, when I go from New Jersey to Maryland, I go past Dover, and I always think of Dover Air Force Base, where he was stationed there twice. So also stationed in the DC area. Not sure what the Air Force Base is here near DC, but I've probably been near that also. Maybe it's the Pentagon. I don't even know if the Pentagon has something. Well, but clearly it's all military. Anyway, Miss Sam, so good to see you. I would hope that everyone in here has liked the video up to 14, which I love because it is a multiple of 7. I love things that are multiples of 7. Catherine said, I hate when that happens. I've seen some pretty weird things in lives. Yes, me too. I've seen some pretty weird things in lives from all my live streaming background. I'm being welcomed. I'm being welcomed to the chat. That's so hilarious. Andrews Air Force Base. Thank you. See, Kelly knows everything about the DMV. If you want, and I think she's brilliant. She's also just amazing all around. Uh, Miss M, you're amazing. You're amazing. No need. We're not minding you. We're loving you. How's that? How's that? All right, so we'll give it a few more minutes. We're at half an hour. You know how I get at half an hour. If I go much longer than 30 minutes, except next week I'll be going for an hour in my workshops that I'm putting on. So we're going to see how that works out. Because usually when I get off lives, I'm higher than a kite, just happy. And so it takes me a while to calm down, which is why I like to keep them to 30 minutes usually. And usually weird things don't happen. I mean, not the normal weird things one might think. I think Catherine's talking about. So, Miss M, in the workshop, you might want to come because we're going to be doing journaling and writing, and there will be some poetry probably read. So, and I'm going to do my usual schedule. So tomorrow I'll be live on for poetry at 4:30 in the afternoon, which I always love. I have a new poetry collection to share, so that will be good. So, anything else? Any other 9 facts? Any other things about the number 9? 900. Okay, so I learned something called 900 is a minute. Okay, I don't know. I don't know anything about this. So hopefully, some of the gentlemen in the room might know that. Yeah, whatever. People who like racing, but it's the minimum target and horsepower that modern Formula One V6 turbo hybrid engines try to get to. They try to get to 900 horsepower. I don't know. I was just copying. It's also 900 is a Harshad number. Any mathematicians in the room? A Harshad number. Okay. I tell you, I was trying to figure this out. I was talking about 900 numbers. I told you about DJ Jazzy Jeff and the French Prince. I told you about Larry the Lobster on Saturday Night Live. People would pay to do these things, pay money to listen to DJ Jazzy Jeff for 2 minutes. And they could call the space shuttle and they'd pay for that. They'd also chat with wrestlers. People would pay to chat with wrestlers, which I find very entertaining. And I'm like, why can't we do this now? Does anybody? Well, I guess maybe it's a okay, this might get weird. It's like a precursor to Superfans, maybe. What's that called? OnlyFans. If you haven't read the book Margot's Got Money Troubles, it's a very good book and it involves OnlyFans too. You're going to a Phillies game tomorrow. How fun is that? Catherine and Donald are going to a Phillies game soon. And of course, they coerced me into babysitting. So it won't be for a while. Like a month, I think. Who are the Phillies playing, Canro? I'm so glad you'll be there, Miss M. We'll give this about 5 more minutes. We'll give this 5 more minutes, and then I want you all to stick around the YouTube streets. Go visit Kathleen. If she's still alive. And go see Canro's video when it drops at 5 o'clock. They play the Mets. Oh man, the Phillies versus the Mets. I bet that is quite a thing. Are you a Mets or Phillies fan, Canro? I'm sorry that I don't know. I have not gone to Shea Stadium since I moved here. It's not the same as the old Shea, although I would love to hear them say beer here, because there's no other beer salesman like a Shea Stadium beer salesman. Are you Phillies fans? Okay. Hello, Emma. Nice to see you. Are you, so speaking of Phillies, are you an Eagles fan? A Philadelphia Eagles fan? See, I'm a Giants fan. Or I'm a lifelong Giants fan. So it's hard for me to like the Phillies. Although I kind of like their spirit, actually, now. I do have a friend who has season tickets. Okay, Miss M, thank you so much. We're going to be closing down here in just a second anyway. It looks like we're going to stay with 14 likes, although maybe our replay viewers will come through with some more likes for us. Yeah, we'll cut it down. We'll shut it down in a minute and a half. I so appreciate you guys. Even with my wacky management of this. Go Birds! Yeah, they have great fans. The Phillies has amazing fans. So I don't even know what their other sports teams are. But I knew that when I came to South Jersey for the first time, I'm like, what is this? They have the Phillies. They have the Eagles. And since I grew up in North Jersey, it's strange for me to see those things. So now I'm going to get to see how it turns when I turn off the live, how it works for viewers, because usually I don't know. It's like when I'm pressing the button, I don't know if there's like this strange time where I'm still where I'm thinking I'm not here and I'm really here. We'll find out in just a minute. So thank you all for hanging out with me on my 900 subscriber party. Hopefully we'll have a 1,000 subscriber party soon. We're going to be, and like Jennifer said, we will be, I can't like the Giants anymore. Bye, Kelly. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll remember you said that. But I am, a Travis Kelce fan. Taylor Swift for the win. Travis Kelce. So, the Kelce brothers. I guess I have to like the Eagles. And I'm an LA Dodger fan. So, I mean, if I have to be at baseball, if I have to be West Coast. But actually, I'm not. I'm a D-backs fan. I switched to the Diamondbacks. Yeah, I'm so grateful for each person who is here. And I look forward to seeing you all again. Come back tomorrow for the live. There'll be more videos coming down coming down the pike too. Stick around. Oh, there's 15 likes. We're so close. If you would please stick around and watch Kay and Rose video when it drops at 5, I know they would appreciate it. And I would appreciate it because I appreciate them so much. So thank you for being here, and we'll catch you on the next video. Now I'm going to see what happens.